Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another gay gamer video podcast for y'all. All 10 of you. This week, I did not actually go to the movies on Saturday as usual. There was not really anything playing that I was excited to see. There were movies that were recent that I wanted to see, but they were not in theaters anymore because they were very small indie things that I'm apparently going to have to stream later when they show up. I was tempted by Black Phone 2. I didn't really care for Black Phone 1 that much. It was fine. But I was like, there's really nothing else, so maybe. But while browsing around my AMC app to see what I could use my A-list to see, I saw that they are having 40th anniversary screenings of Veilguard's The Last Dragon. So I was like, I'm in. So I have a ticket for later this evening. It's the 40th anniversary. I actually looked it up, and the movie came out in March, so they're a bit late with. It's the 40th anniversary, but quite a few months after March. So, but yeah, I never saw it when it first came out in the 80s, in 1985. I kind of missed it. I saw it much later, actually just a few years ago. I actually paid to rent it on Amazon for like $3 or $4, and I was like, oh my god, this movie is amazing. And as soon as it was done, I immediately went and bought the Blu-ray. So to see it on a big screen with an audience is going to be awesome. That movie is so fun. It's very 80s, and it's awesome. So yeah, I'll talk about that next episode. That I have no movies to talk about this week. As for games, Halloween is approaching, and I went to play fitness boxing, and I saw there was a little notification in the corner of my Switch that said fitness boxing has updated, and I was like, oh, what did they add? I didn't know they were adding anything, and I thought, oh, maybe it's new songs, that'd be great. But they wouldn't do that just for free. You'd have to pay for them probably. But when I went to play, all of a sudden my trainer had devil horns, and I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, they made me wear these, and it was very funny. And I tried switching to another trainer after my workout and everything. I switched to another trainer, but I didn't see any options for them to wear devil horns. And so what I ended up doing was, the next time I was like, wait, after I worked out, I was like, let me switch to somebody else. And then I quit the game, I played Animal Crossing. The next day, I opened up fitness boxing again, and that new trainer was wearing a witch's hat. And it was hilarious. And so that was great. So basically what I'm going to do now is, at the end of that workout, I switched to another trainer so that the next time I play and work out, that trainer will get it, and that way I can cycle through all the trainers. I could probably do it by just quitting the game and restarting it, maybe. I don't think I have to wait the full day, but I don't know. It's fine. We have time before Halloween. And I just want to get everybody... I also want to see if it's more than just a devil horn or a witch's hat. I want to see if there's masks or whatever. It'd just be funny. Different color horns. But it's a very cute little thing that they added to the game for no reason except to be funny and cute. So I appreciated that. I thought that was fun. Also, in the Halloween vein, I saw a trailer on YouTube for a game called The Cabin Factory, where you play an inspector at a cabin factory that makes haunted cabins for fairs and amusement parks and whatnot. And it makes scary haunted cabins. Except the problem is that some of the cabins are apparently actually haunted. And I thought, oh, this looks interesting. And I looked it up, and it's only $3. And I was like, what? And it's this very little tiny indie game. It looks great though, but it apparently only takes an hour to play. So I was like, oh, it's like a puzzle game kind of thing. You explore a cabin, and if you see something and you think it's haunted, you come out and you push the buzzer, the alarm buzzer, and be like, that's haunted. But it looks kind of scary and spooky, and I'm like, that could be kind of fun for Halloween. So it's only $3, and I thought, I'm going to wait until it gets closer to Halloween probably, but I think I'm going to buy it and then play it and see. because it looks like it could be fun for Halloween. And it's a short game, so I'm not like playing something that's going to take like weeks to play. Though I do have a little extra time because I did finish the Golden Season story quest in Infinity Nikki. So that's helpful. Like, we had the big grand finale, and we had a big dance-off styling challenge, and we found out who the real bad guy was, and it was a big reveal, and then there was like a weirdly tragic ending when this other PC sacrificed himself to save the day. So it wasn't like a boss fight or anything. It was very unusual. But yeah, that's done. So now I'm just sort of, and I did all the side quests, so I'm basically just sort of like, all right, I'll just do a little bit of daily stuff, and I don't have to worry about like spending too much time with Nikki. So I can spend a little more time on Disney. I'm still working on the Star Path, and I still need to finish the final Inside Out friendship quests, and I'm still doing the other quests with, Lumiere and Cogsworth. So there's a lot to do there. So I can spend a little more time on that because I can spend less time on Nikki. But I can also now spend a little more time on finishing Dragon Age: The Veilguard. As I mentioned last episode, I reached a point where they're like, pick a quest, and the main story quest was like, if you pick this quest, you are doing the end game, and that is it. You are done. And I was just like, I don't know, let me see. And I had a couple of like companion quests left. I had done all of them. They're all in the Veilguard. But there were a couple of like epilogues where it's just like having a little conversation and stuff. So I was like, all right, that's fine. So while doing the Lucanus one, I saw an icon, and it was like, there's this, faction quest. And I was like, oh, right. That stupid governor. At the end of Lucanus's quest, this corrupt governor was like, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. And I thought, at the time, I was like, we need to come back here and take care of him. Because I knew there was a side quest for that. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do the side quest and finish that up. And that'll be good. That'll be cathartic. Because, destroying corrupt politicians is important. And unfortunately, you can only do it in video games. But it's very satisfying. So I appreciated that. Then I considered doing the end game. But then I was like, I don't know. Am I ready? Because the game is like, are you sure? Are you ready? Like, you may survive. They might be okay, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Let me back out and take a look at those faction quests and see what's what. Because what I realized was the Lords of Fortune were at 1 star. Everything was mostly at 3, except for like, I think 1 or 2 were at 2 stars. And then the Lords of Fortune were 1 star. And I was like, let me get them up to at least 2. Because I looked around online and people were like, it's fine. I thought it was like Mass Effect where you have to like max out everybody in order to get the best ending. And I may not get the best ending because I did not max everybody out because I don't have the time or the wherewithal to do every single side quest. I would like to finish this game now. I've been playing it for 75 hours and I think I'm done. But I was like, let me at least get them, let me do some Tosh side quests for Tosh's people, and so I did that, and we fought another dragon, and I got them I did a couple of quests and got it up to like 2 stars, so I'm like, okay, we're fine now. And then I went to do the final quest again, and I got the same warnings. They're like, everybody should be okay, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's good, I don't know. I probably would have preferred it to be, you are solid, everyone will be fine. Except obviously the game's not going to say that. But it's telling me that everybody, my companions, should be okay. And I'm like, well, they're all in the Veilguard. There's literally nothing else I can do to make them stronger that I'm aware of. So I was like, fine, we're doing this. And so I kept a save from before I did this, just in case. Though I think I'll be all right. So I met with Morgan, things got serious, like super fast, and everything's gone from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And I went back to the lighthouse, we had a big group conversation, and then I had a lovely conversation with Davern, which I thought was gonna be like the Mass Effect thing, where it's like, let's fuck before the end of the world, because we might die. But it wasn't. It was just like an emotional conversation where he was upset because he's like, I shouldn't have gotten attached. Now what if I die or you die or somebody dies and we can't be happy together? And I'm like, shut up. Don't say things like that. We're going to be happy together. We're going to live very happily ever after with our baby Griffin. So then I talk to Varric, and then it's off on the mission. And of course, right away in the mission, they're like, okay, we need to split up the team. And I'm like, they're like, and Davron's like, I should lead a scouting party. And Harding is like, but I'm an actual scout, so let me do the scouting party. And I'm just like, and you're faced with a choice. Who's going to lead this scouting party? And I'm just like, someone's going to die. I have played enough of these games to know that when there is a question like this and you have to choose between two separate characters, someone's dying. Either whoever goes on the mission dies or whoever stays with you dies. One or the other, one of those people is going to die. And I went and looked it up, and sure enough, that's how it happened. I also thought it was, they were doing a Starfield where it's like the two people you like the best are the ones you have to choose between. But no, it's apparently always Davron and Harding. And I'm like, fuck. I love Harding. She is a fucking delight. And I unfortunately had to sacrifice her and send her off on that scouting party because I can't lose my boyfriend. So that was never going to happen. So I'm like, fuck. So, and in doing so and looking that up, I saw there's a bunch more choices coming where it's like, it just sounds really bad. And I'm going to be constantly pausing my game and pulling out my phone to look it up and see like, what can I do? Is there any way to keep people alive? Because I worry that we're going to lose more. And I have to say Dragon Age Veilguard has done a really good job of, in the beginning there were characters I was like, meh. But over time I've like grown very attached to these people. And I'm like, there isn't anyone who I'd really want to sacrifice. I like them all and I would like to save them all. And I really hate when video games are like, sorry, there's nothing you can do. We're killing this character just to fuck with your emotions for the story. And I'm just like, that's rude. I should be able to save them. But, you know, that's video games for you. What are you going to do? So I am in the final quest for Dragon Age Veilguard. I am doubtful that I will have a final ending to talk about next episode. I feel like I will just be like right up against the ending by the time I tape next episode. But we shall see. I don't know. Come back and find out. Cliffhanger. Bye!